What's up, guys? Today is May 7th, Wednesday. FOMC and Powell coming on in about 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and recap the day we took and recap our trades. All right, so today was FOMC, and if you kind of look at my daily plan today, what I was really looking for, right? So it was FOMC, had a nice VPOC tap. We'll go over here in a little bit. My bias is a range chop until FOMC and Powell, which is exactly what's happening right now. So a lot of valuable lessons to take from today. These were kind of my levels here pre-market, exactly what I was looking for. So basically, let's just get out of this and zoom in a little bit. We have the ES right here, and just to show you guys really quickly, right, I think this, 19th, 18th, was the last FOMC statement we had with Powell. We get really shitty range, really ugly ass action, and I want to stay away from this chop, right? Even for no matter what setup I'm taking personally, I don't want to play days like today because there's almost never any good action today, and really you get screwed over. And I didn't learn this the easy way. Unfortunately, I had to trade during this session multiple times and understand that every single time I traded this session, it was most likely going to be a loss because of how terrible it is. So basically, these are the levels I had here pre-market. I had supply up here that we hit at 6:30 a.m. right off the open, and then after that, I had a very strong demand at these 56.20s that we didn't really tap into today at all. So my plan was take longs down here, most importantly, because the 4-hour structure looks pretty bullish, and also we have a very strong buy level for right here. Every time we hit this level, we get exploded, right? No homo to the upside. And then we had this very strong pre-market supply that kind of started this move down here on the NQ. It's very much the same thing on the NQ. Already had a sell-off here, saw sellers here twice, plus that was the previous demand that was held a lot, then became supply again. Now it became demand, then became supply. So it's a very strong level around these 56.60s. So coming into today, right, we get incredibly ugly action off the chop. And even if you're playing, for example, a range breakout strategy, right? If you're playing a range breakout strat, you want the range to be broken out of and continue in a trend to whatever direction you're trading. If we're playing into Powell, and if you know pre-Powell is always most likely going to be a choppy range, why go for a range breakout? Why trade if you're trading a trend when you want to catch trends? If you're going for, or if Powell's coming, the market's going to be choppy. It makes zero sense. Now, if you're scalping, right? Let's say you're just scalping the top and bottom, or if you're a scalp trader, you want to play inside this consolidation. Awesome, go for it. But unfortunately, if you were trading today and you try to catch the top, you were to sit and chop for like 2 hours. Down here, you were to sit and chop for another 2 hours, and then slowly grinding on the way up and down in a very tight range, right? Still respecting the highs you made here at the open. Still respecting the lows we also made on the open. We're just chopping around the highs, chopping around the lows. And then really all offers being filled. Incredibly low volume today. Why do we have low volume? Because all the people with these smart pockets are not trading today. And if they're not trading today, why are you trading today, right? That's just something to hopefully keep you guys in the loop and just understand, man, you don't have to trade every day. You're chasing profits when you shouldn't be, right? If you keep doing that, you're literally going to end up just screwing yourself over a lot worse than you already have. But let's take a look here at the footprint charts. Even when it comes to reading the tape on pre-FOMC days, it's pretty wild. So right here, we're going to go ahead and place a look at what we have going on right at the open. So we had that major sell-off. So pre-market at 6, well, not pre-market, around 6 yesterday, right? We had this whole news debacle came up with this whole, conflict overseas, yada. There's a bunch of fucking, China saying they're going to try to work with us. Everything is just kind of rumors now on. I'm not going to believe anything until it's set in stone. But we had this huge pump off of the open, or not off the open, I guess off the open last night at 6 p.m. my time. We literally tapped my VPOC level right here to the T and then started to sell off again. Respected a pretty nice downwards trend. All of pre-market made the supply level that I was looking in for a tap, but just keep in mind that's exactly what we did. So going into the day, I kind of already was looking for a decent long after we had those lows. Why? Because the imbalances we have here, the stacked imbalances from that move up is insane. It's very insane. So nice demand level made, nice absorption of sellers right here, nice pop right about 6 or right when the market opened because of all of the news, and we started to sell off. Volume is pretty shit. Again, is pre-market, but then even when the market opened, right, we see shitty volume below average off the open. Then we die out, at 10 a.m. to like 9,000, below 10,000 volume on the ES here, which is really bad. That's usually some lunchtime action. We're still having shit volume because why? Powell comes in soon. Why are we chopping? Powell comes in soon. So this is the lesson y'all should be taking today is, when the next fucking FOMC meeting comes out, you don't take a trade or you don't play trends. Just keep in mind there's a very good chance the market will consolidate, be choppy, and be very ugly to play. And maybe next time you'll remember that. And maybe next time you won't take a trade, you won't lose money when you don't have to. And if you made money today and it was part of your rules to not trade FOMC days, you still broke your rules. You did something wrong, right? So don't take that money. It's not yours. You should not be happy about it. You'll most likely probably end up losing it as well. So again, the biggest thing for you guys here is to stop chasing these profits, man. Stop thinking about making money every single day and thinking about just playing the market. Your goal is to stay alive for a very long time. And if you're playing FOMC, you're playing shitty action, you're playing shitty PA, sure, you can get lucky sometimes, but most importantly, it's not going to help you stay alive for as long as you need to stay alive to actually make some money in the stock market, guys. And again, on the ES, none of my levels really were tapped on the NQ will look great, but again, I'm not playing into this shitty ass chop that we pretty much going to be seeing until probably about 20-30 minutes here. Big guy starts coming up and speaking, maybe shorts for Powell if y'all are in the gambling mood, but who really knows, guys. That is my recap today. Yesterday, again, also pre-Powell days, we don't have that many good setups, so yesterday kind of was pretty shit, right? Chop all around lunch off the open. We had a little fake out, pop up, consolidation, again, a little fake out, sold back off. So pre-Powell, and then obviously FOMC, usually terrible action. And on Monday, actually, guys, I took some losses here on Monday. Had terrible action all week, really. I should have known that coming into FOMC, but usually the 2 days before, I allow myself to take positions because it's not that crazy, but terrible action here on Monday. Took some nice losses, took 2 losses on Monday. I'm down about $3.8 thousand for the week. So we have tomorrow, we have Friday to make some of that back. Anyways, guys, hope y'all, stay safe today. Hope y'all stay disciplined, and I'll see y'all on the next one.